I'm here with Persefone. My first question is why did you choose a name of a Greek, ancient Greek divinity for the band name?
Okay, this band has been like 20 years old at this point. So when we started, we were like in the early 20s. Now we are in the 40s. Back then we had like different names for the first album. We already had the first album recorded, and we had like another different name for the band. It happened that that name was taken for another band at the moment. So we went into the process of finding another name, and it's like really miserable, process to do, because every name is really lame and cringe, when you try to find a name for your band. And then we tried like a lot of them, and one day we were like really sick of the situation. Like we didn't need a name. We have the album but no name. And I was one day watching television, and there was like The Simpsons.
Oh,
And yeah, and in one chapter there was like, I don't know, like the name Persefone came like from nowhere, and they were like, Persefone, goddess of the underworld. And I was like, that sounds metal as fuck. So I went to the internet, check out, sounds good. And then I told them, what do you think of this name? And they were like, whatever, we just need a name. So we we moved forward with that idea. But later we started to reading more about the mythology and the whole thing, and that's when we did the second album, Découvrez, which was the actual story of the whole name and everything. But at the beginning we just needed one name, and after that it had all the meaning, but it was just like that. We were just finding something, and now that name now means everything for us, but back then it was just a name.
okay. Or was the writing process of the last album, the first part of the last album?
Was quite different, because as we are getting older, like life challenges are coming in. And for example, usually all the music we try to write all the music between Mo, the keyboard player, and myself and Bobby, the drummer. We sit down in a room, we share ideas, and then we send to the rest of the people to work that out. But at this moment he had a personal situation, adopting a child, and he had like his plate full, so I had to somehow start working a little bit alone. And that you can tell, because we used to be really symphonic, and in every album, and in this one I had to take care of that, and it's like, let's say, more direct in the approach. It was challenging, a little bit scary, to be honest, but I think it turned out pretty well. And also at the end he could come in and then put a little bit of extra work on that, and also with the vocals and everything, and it turned out great. But at this point writing is very difficult, especially for a band like this one, because it has a lot of detail, and the music is very complex. So we spend some time doing that. Doesn't matter if it's him or me or together.
Can you the last album has a red line, a common theme between all the songs?
Yes, like lyrically it has. We've been doing like this kind of conceptual topics and albums since the beginning, I would say. We're comfortable with that idea, and then when we knew we wanted to do an EP in that format, we knew we wanted to keep the concept thing going on, like maybe in a smaller, it's not the smaller version of the whole thing, with the intro, and then like topics in between songs, and then the whole lyric idea like being one thing through the whole EP. The last decade, I would say, the spiritual theme, it's been something that has been a huge inspiration for us, and we just wanted to keep going with that idea, the spiritual path. And we found this idea about lingua ignota. It's all about the belief that there's one language, universal language, that is common to every human being, every living being. We can feel it, we know it's there, but we cannot express it. It's like above everyone, but it's
Like an emotion, or
yes,
something
somehow it's like when you take a look to every religion, like all of them start with a sound somehow. You have the you have the word, and it's fine. In the Hinduism, they in the very beginning, in the Genesis, they have this song going on, and then the gods dance, you know. So there's something, and then also these scientific experiments where they have like this kind of material, they put some audio on that and then start moving like it's alive. I just seen that, you know. Or they have like some particles and then they do some friction and then everything goes in order. So sound is something really compelling when it comes to the nature of life, and we try to make sense out of it and write about that as if it exists, something that is, you know, common to everyone, and but it's also out of reach, you know.
Have you already composed some songs or lyrics for the second part of the album?
Not really. No, we never write any music before we start like officially writing music for the new stuff, because we try to keep like learning new stuff as musicians or producers, or, you know, we read things, and then I don't feel right if I write a riff today and I have to use it like 1 year later. I rather prefer to write the riff one year later, because for us writing music is like, I always say, it's like taking a picture of the moment you're living at a specific time, you know, and I know I will feel different and I will be a different person by the time I write again. If I take the music from these sessions, it will sound the same. So I just want to see how we will evolve when we sit down and start writing the part 2. We already have the topic, the lyrics topic will be the same, but when it comes to the music, we always are happy. We are happy to, you know, like be surprised by what is on our heads at the moment.
Okay. You speak about the artwork, who made it, the choice of the art maker?
The artwork, I would say that's one of my favorites of all the artworks we have had. But it was a very difficult topic, because we had a different cover for the AP, like completely done from a Japanese guy, and it was a really interesting cover. It was like white with like and gold and something. It didn't look as a metal thing at all, but we wanted to go that way because of the music. The music was a little bit different as well. But then we were in Sweden recording the EP actually with David Castillo, and then the label received the cover we wanted to use, and then the CEO was like, "No way, you will use this cover."
Oh.
He didn't like it at all, and then we were like, "What?" So it was like a little bit of a crisis, and then we were with the music and without a cover, and then we started looking for something, but we didn't know what, because you will like everything to make sense when we do a release. So we found this Turkish guy, I don't remember the name, I'm sorry, and he's doing this kind of, it's like a sculpture, like anthropomorphic figures in the middle of nowhere, and for some reason, and we were in Sweden recording the actual music, it resonated with us, like the black and white thing. There was something in there that was like, this really resonates with the whole thing.
Is that a drawing or a picture, or?
It's I think it's actually a physical
Sculpture
thing, and then he takes pictures or something like that. It's,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
crazy thing. It's so nice. So we contact the guy, and he was like really fast. He was so happy to help, and he had like many, but it was that one. It was that one since the beginning. Like, this is the one. And then thanks to that cover, we were so inspired by trying to make the rest of the aesthetic point of view in black and white. Like all the video clips are in black and white, all the feed on the Instagram is black and white. So yeah, it sparked some kind of creativity out of the challenging moment we had with the other cover.
How the tour is going?
It's almost over. Like today is the last day of the tour. Tomorrow we have this festival in Eindhoven, because we will mix two tours, like this one and Obscura, Cynic and Cryptopsis.
I interviewed Cryptopsis last week, so
They're right now starting the tour, and we are, it's like the last 2 gigs, and then we will play all together in Eindhoven. And so today is like the last one for us. And so far, I was talking with Geoffrey, sound engineer from Persefone, and I think it's my favorite tour ever because of the human quality of all the members, and because we have been like we have great bands with us, you know, like Hypnose, they are legends, you know, for many years. We've been following them for a long time, and the fact that they are here with us is a blessing. And Stellar Circuits, and especially Lampre as well, they are like delivering every night, and not only on stage but off stage, you know, because it's very difficult. We don't have like a lot of crew, so we have to set the lights ourselves, make the, you know, things happen, and we want everyone to be able to sound check and everything. So it's been a really inspiring and you know, peaceful tour, and also a lot of people showing up. Yeah, it was a thing to be grateful for. Yeah, definitely one of the best, if not the best.
And my upcoming last question. Always the metal stage in Andorre. I'm sorry for my pronunciation.
No, it's okay, it's okay. Like, there's no a metal scene there because it's very small. There's no venues also. Like, tours never go there. Like, it's been like 10 years without us playing in our country. So can you imagine? It's a difficult place to, you know. There's a music scene, but it's not like it's strictly metal. Right now we are having like some bands like starting to work. Like there's one band called In Eclipse, and they are like recording at this moment, and other bands, all the two. That is promising, you know, but Andorra maybe is not the easiest place on earth to create a band and try to make it work, you know, because yeah, for the nature of the country. But we are like Persefone, we are like really feeling a lot of help from everywhere, from everyone there, like the population. Even if they don't like metal, they support us all the time, like television, newspaper, even the government. Not only they try to help us, but they also take advice from us. They want to know how is the situation outside. They just want to, you know, improve the cultural scene of the country. And since we are doing all this stuff and it's like a risky thing to do, they take proud of it. And then we have a really good relationship with everyone there, and very healthy. So I expect like there will be more artists coming out from Andorra in the future, I think. But there's still a little bit, you know, work to do in order to have that going.
So thanks for the interview.
Thank
Can you tell me your last word for all listeners or
Yeah, sure.
your fans?
Yeah, I would say that take care and be happy, and don't take any day for granted, and enjoy your loved ones, and say I love you to everyone you love every fucking day, because that's the only thing that matters.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.